Hi guys, this is Maya from Inspired Life, and today I want to talk to you about up leveling. What does this feel like? Why does it suck so much? And how you can make it easier for yourself. So let's get to it. Alright, so what is actually up leveling? It means getting to a higher level of consciousness, expanding your awareness, and just kind of moving to a higher level of being. And usually it's not a really happy transition. It can be quite challenging, and this is why I felt inspired to talk to you about it. Oftentimes people ask me, what does up leveling feel like? And I can tell you it's really not a joyride. It can be quite challenging because we really need to let go of the old identity and old version of self and old way of being and step into the new, which is new and unknown, which can be scary. This is absolutely normal to feel scared to up level because we don't know what's on the other side. I can tell you that it's totally worth it, that once you move to the new way of being and you step into your new identity, that it's really awesome and that you will be laughing at yourself how you actually were afraid to let go of your old self and resisting change so much, because trust me, been there. I've done that. I was freaking out so much. I was holding on to my old identity and was really afraid to let go because it was actually physically painful to let go. But I want to tell you that it's not who you are. Whatever you've gone through until this moment in time, it's just your experience. And it's really important to become aware of the fact that you are a divine being, that you are much more than this physical body. And this is what we're aligning to in this period of time of ascension. We're moving into this 5D awareness where we're aware of the subtle bodies over energy bodies, and it's just a really lighter and easier way of being. And I will tell you that what freaked me out the most when I was up leveling, we're always up leveling. It's like you're not done once you do it once, but it just gets easier with time. And I can tell you, I had a major shift a few years ago and it was really scary. I was really freaking out, even though like I've been through a lot of transitions in my life, but it was really scary to let go of that. And I know that for me, the biggest fear was not knowing what's on the other side. And even though on a conscious level, I was like, yeah, I'm going to like a nicer way of being. Part of me was freaking out because it's unknown and I don't know what it's going to be like. Am I going to lose all my friends? Am I going to lose my family? What's going to happen? It's like freaking you out, right? But actually what happened was when I finally let go, and it took some effort, and I'll tell you how you can go through it much easier at the end of this video. When I shifted and truly let go of that part of me, I felt so much lighter, and it just felt like I could finally breathe fully and just be myself, and in a much better and calmer way, I guess. It's really interesting. And then when I saw what I was holding on to, I was like, what? That was so crazy that I was resisting this for so long. Whereas this was such a wonderful transition, it wasn't even that hard. So why does it suck? It sucks because you kind of have to go through this process. The good news is that it doesn't have to be a struggle. You can choose to make it easier, which I didn't know at the time. Even though on a conscious level you might know it, but on a subconscious level it's really hard to believe that it could be easy. I don't know how to explain it. It's really weird. But you can definitely make it easier. So what I did, for example, because now I've just gone through this so many times that I'm now recognizing it when it happens. Well, actually, it doesn't happen that way anymore. It was just this major shift that needed to happen. I've done a lot of work on myself and cleared karmic blocks and whatnot. I mean, I did so much healing on so many levels. But for the big shift to happen, I really needed to claim time and space for myself and for this transformation to occur. So what I did, I really cleared my schedule. I think I took a week off, and I was literally in my room crying. And I just make sure that you have something in the fridge, that you have food, because you will probably not want anyone to see you. So just have food in your fridge so you're not starving, because you probably won't be out of the house for a while, for a few days, I mean. And I was just really crying. I was doing a lot of healing. I'm not into journaling much, but I love to do video journals. So I record my pain on a video, and that helps me see it when I move through it. I go back to this video and see, like, oh my God, I was really physically in pain. And then it's really a beautiful thing to erase that video, and that gives you another release. So it's pretty cool. But I really made sure that I cleared my schedule. I said I wasn't available. I was not able to see anyone. I just closed myself in my home, had enough food, and I was just honoring whatever I needed to experience. If I needed to feel pain, if I needed to cry, I was talking with my pain, sitting with my pain, sitting with my sadness, sitting with whatever emotions arised, making sure I stayed hydrated, that I'm, having nice baths, and so much self-care was needed. I did a lot of tapping as well, and Reiki. And when I was ready to get out, I would go to nature and do some meditating there, and earthing and grounding, just making sure to really breathe, do breath work. A lot of breath work was very essential. I love breath work. It's so powerful to clear energy and release whatever you need to release through breath, because it's so gentle and fast and effective. It's just amazing. Try Kapalabhati or Breath of Fire. It's really, really amazing. And I just took time to process whatever I needed to process. And by the week, I think it was a whole week, and maybe even more, but around that time of fully, like, really, I was like, okay, let's get this done, like close myself in a quarantine and just go through it. And when I was done, it was, wow. It felt like this huge weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. I felt this block in my heart melt. It was suddenly this lightness that came to be, an awareness that I'm still me, that I didn't lose myself at all, but I'm just like a way better version of myself. And looking back, I realized that I was really holding on to all the suffering. And oftentimes we connect with the suffering and we feel like the suffering is part of us. But I'm here to tell you, it's really not. It's not a part of you. It's not who you are. It's just what you experience and what helped you learn and grow. And it is important and it does matter, but it does not define you, and it doesn't make who you are. So this was a few years ago, actually. And ever since, I have been aligning with learning with ease and without struggle, because I recognized that it was a belief, a karmic belief nevertheless, that I had to learn through struggle. So I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore like that. Thankfully, I had a good mentor, good teacher, who told me that we can choose not to experience struggle. It's a karmic thing, and we can actually choose to let it go. So I've been up leveling ever since, much easier and lighter and faster. And it's just been much faster, actually. Once you kind of let go of that major toxic identity you've been holding on to, then you kind of shift into this new awareness and lightness of being that feels so good, and it's just easier. It's just, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just so much easier. But you need to choose to learn through ease and ask for it to be easy. So I've had a few challenges come my way in the past few years, but I would ask for it to be easy and resolved in the best way possible, so I didn't have to go through such a harsh situation. And whenever I would recognize the challenge, that would trigger me or that would push me out of my comfort zone, I would recognize it and ask for it to be easier. I asked to learn without the struggle, without the challenge, and then it would always somehow magically resolve itself, and that's it. It doesn't actually happen the hard way anymore because I don't want it to be that way. So you really need to kind of choose not to experience the hardship, the struggle anymore, because it's a choice. That was actually a major breakthrough for me, because I realized that it's a choice. So if you're going through some kind of a transformation and you feel like you need to let go of a big chunk of your life, that you have been identifying with, I will tell you that it's okay. You're gonna still be you, and you're just gonna be a much better version of yourself. And no, you're not gonna lose everyone in your life. You're actually gonna be much stronger to support them and lift them up, which is the good side. Because that's what I've been fearing, and I was like, what if I lose everyone? Yeah, okay, some people I have distance with, but I also invited a lot of positive and like-minded souls into my life that uplift me, that are respectful and kind and compassionate, and I feel so blessed to have them in my life. And I really think that because I was holding on to this toxic way of being, I wasn't energetically available for them before. So you need to create that space, I hope this makes sense. And once you up level and get into this expanded version of yourself, which is, by the way, freaking awesome, then you have space for all these amazing people to come into your life. And for the people who are still in your life from the past of this life, when you were the old self, let's say, you actually are able to hold space for them in a much different way, and much better way, if I may add. And I think you are then truly able to help them rise with you, if they're ready, of course. But also you are able to give them time and space to come around when they're ready, so that's fine too. I hope this helps, and I hope I have given you some hope and maybe helped you up level with greater ease. You can ask for it to be easy. Don't feel guilty to claim time and space for your transformation to occur. If you do that, you will go through it faster and it will be easier, instead of dragging it on forever and resisting it for so long like I did. And it's not worth it, really. It's just going to slow down your progress, and trust me, it's way better on the other side. And so I'm sending you so much loving support, and see you on the other side.